Borrowing a quote from Adele who says, "To know your worth and stay true to what fulfills you." Interpret that however you want. Hi ladies, welcome or welcome back to the channel, The Woman, Her Growth, Her Wealth. I am always so happy to have you here. Today we're all about loving ourselves more. Yay! Oh, self-love is about accepting and being compassionate towards yourself. Flaws and all, it's recognizing your worth and embracing the unique things that makes you you. Remember our last video where we talked about self-knowledge and self-awareness? Those are all essential part of self-love. You need to embrace that in your journey to loving yourself more. You can only love yourself as much as you know and accept yourself. I listened to an example somewhere that says, you know, when you board a flight, the flight attendants always make this announcement that eventually there is a turbulence or a disturbance. You should always try to use your oxygen mask first before helping others. This is not to say they don't know that sometimes you have your loved ones or people you care about probably on that same flight with you, but it's because they have this knowledge and awareness that you can't help others while you are still in the midst of struggling. It means that they don't want you to end up in the same situation as the person you're trying to help. So what I'm saying in essence is this, that you shouldn't deceive yourself into thinking that you can help others when you are at your lowest. You can't. You can only reach below you when you are on your way up or already up for you to be able to help those behind you. Self-love is not selfish. That's not what we practice. It's just essential in building healthy relationships and achieving your personal growth, leading to a healthy and happy life. Very easy it is in this our fast-paced world and generation to get caught up in external validation, in comparing ourselves to others and striving for perfection. However, total fulfillment and happiness should come from within. If you have a problem according love and respect to yourself, I think it would be crazy of you to demand or expect it from others. I stress on the importance of self-love because people can only think of you as much as you think of yourself. You instruct and show how you are to be treated. You are only as important as you think you are. I'm just saying, say beautiful and amazing things to yourself. You should have the courage to be, as usually my younger sister says, to be the Lulu. I know it's not easy for some of us because obviously since we're still struggling with our identity and how much more to talk about self-love. But luckily, all these are habits that we can cultivate. These days, I feel like we have misinterpreted the definition of self-love. I'm not talking about surface levels, shallowness, or self-love that we show on. I'm not talking about you being self-centered. Being in love with yourself is not found in just the superficial things like getting your hair done, doing your nails, buying beautiful things. Of course, it is part, but it doesn't make up the quarter of the intrinsic love or like the inner love we're talking about, or I'm saying you should embody. I mean, who are you on the inside? When all this material and superficial things are removed, when the camera has moved on from you, do you still love and acknowledge who you see? Working on you means working on your health, or loving yourself entails working on your health, eating good food, consuming good books and videos, having healthy conversations, and it's also important in setting healthy boundaries, or also entails setting healthy boundaries. It involves protecting your inner peace and sanctuary. All these are ways for you to cultivate these self-love habits. I know this might seem like random things, but being intentional about them makes all that much difference and makes them all that much special and important. One of the toxic traits we have is always looking outward for validation and acceptance. But I'm saying to be the one to give yourself that love and importance you desire. I mean, all the people we always look up to are humans. I'm not saying to be arrogant or not accept compliments when it's given, but I'm saying for you to, receive all those from yourself first, and then you should spend time with supportive people. You should build yourself and Be okay with being alone with yourself and doing things on your own. Own up to your mistakes so no one has that much control over you. Loving yourself is understanding that you are human and sometimes you are wrong. Sometimes you even fail, and sometimes situations do not always go as you plan. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up and don't revert. We should try to move on. The best days are yet to come. So sometimes last year and even earlier into this year, I was struggling a lot with self-love, with forgiving myself. I was defensive, I was angry a lot, and I was having an unhealthy lifestyle. Bed rotting and just like being on my phone all day. I don't know if you know what a bed rot is, but it is that those times when you are just on your phone, or those seasons when you're just on your phone, on your bed, binge watching Netflix. It could just be in those, seriously, it could be in those consistent binge watching that you do a lot. Some of us even do this without even knowing. And I realized this. I actually felt lost, and I was comparing myself to others, forgetting that everyone has a different test in their life. I was seriously giving others the key to my happiness and allowing them to determine how much love I had in my life. Then I came across a book that said, the reaction you give is exactly predetermined by you. In essence, you determine the trajectory of your life's movement, irrespective of the happenings around you or other people's actions towards you. I'm not saying that other people, your past traumas should not have an influence in your life today, because obviously they do, but you should acknowledge them so they don't have that much power, and you should learn to move towards them. So we don't consistently give this excuse of our past being what our today should be about. We should learn to accept ourselves, to love ourselves, to be happy in the present us. Because happiness and self-love are habits that we have to cultivate. They're not things that just sprang up in your life. We should try to resist and go after what does not concern us. Let's concentrate on our inner circle of influence and priority. Self-love is prioritizing yourself, your health, your fitness, your finance. It's you. It's about you and you and you. It's having a life that is essentially aimed at becoming better, at winning, not whining or complaining. It's being ready to constantly put an effort and producing the work and that smile on your face when you eventually see the results. It's prioritizing your sleep, not scrolling through social media, looking at people's carefully curated life and having sleepless nights over it. Love yourself enough to put in the hard work. Be intentional about yourself. Being specific isn't being difficult. It's understanding what makes you happy. What brings you peace? The peace that you're looking for is understanding what brings you to that point. You can't fill from an empty cup. You can only give from what you have. Being able to say me first, I come first, is an important part of self-love. And you have to do that in a healthy way. The confident act of saying no, I can't, and no, I won't, all these are attributes of prioritizing yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence ratio of your no to yes? I'm not saying not to care about or be considerate of others. This is not a self-love we practice. Neither am I talking about having superficial attributes. Self-love is having the decency to be strict with yourself, to have rules and regulations, to have discipline. We humans always like to push other people's boundaries and burdens. You should try to set the tone and frown when people disregard your boundaries. It's about setting the goals for yourself and striving to achieve it. It's looking at the mirror every day and smiling to yourself. It's in the knowing that yes, I have flaws, but eventually I am not perfect. But obviously I am human. And definitely I could be better. It's essential for us to not confuse self-love with being self-centered. It is a thin line to work on. And as usual, I hope this little topic was insightful in some way. And if you always have something or you want me to talk about, just put them in the comment section and I will get to it. Thank you and have a lovely week or a lovely weekend. Bye.